If UML diagrams still feel abstract to you, this tutorial will make them practical. In the next few minutes, you'll learn what a UML diagram is, when to use a use case diagram, when to use a class diagram, and how to build a clean class diagram in EdrawMax using a voting management system example. A lot of beginners know they need UML for software design, coursework, or documentation, but they are not sure which diagram type to use. That is where people get stuck. They understand the system idea, but they cannot turn it into a clear visual model. In EdrawMax, you can build UML diagrams faster with ready-made symbols, drag and drop editing, and clean formatting tools. So this video is not just about definitions. It is about understanding how UML helps you communicate a system clearly, and then creating one step by step. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. It is a standard visual language used to describe how a system works, how different parts relate to each other, and how users interact with the system. In simple terms, UML helps you turn software ideas into diagrams people can read quickly. A use case diagram shows user goals and system interactions at a high level. It helps answer, who is using the system, and what are they trying to do? A class diagram goes deeper. It shows the structure inside the system, the classes, their attributes, their methods, and the relationships between them. Use a use case diagram when you want to define scope, user roles, and major actions early in the planning stage. Use a class diagram when you want to design system structure, explain object relationships, or document how the software is built. In many projects, the use case diagram comes first, and the class diagram follows. To make this practical, let's build a UML class diagram for a voting management system. This example is useful because it includes users, administration, records, and relationships, exactly the kind of structure beginners need to practice with. Start with the main system class. Here, that is, the voting system class. Place it on the left side to represent the overall controller of the system. This gives the diagram a clear anchor point before you add the rest of the structure. Next, add the election class in the center. This works as the core process layer because multiple entities in the system connect through the election itself. Positioning it near the middle makes the logic easier to read. Now add the admin class at the top left and connect it to the election class. This shows the management side of the system, the part responsible for setting up, controlling, or supervising elections. Then place the voter class on the top right side to represent people taking part in the election. After that, add the ballot class below the voter. The ballot helps represent vote records and the validation logic around the voting process. Next, add the candidate class near the bottom center and connect it with both the election and ballot classes. This helps explain how candidates exist inside the election context and how ballots relate to candidate selection. Once the main classes are in place, fill in attributes, data types, and methods. This is what turns a rough diagram into a usable class model. At this stage, think about what each class stores and what each class actually does. Now connect the classes with proper UML association lines and multiplicity values such as 1, 0 to asterisk, and 0 to 1. These details matter because they explain how many objects can relate to each other and what kind of system behavior is possible. After the relationships are in place, label them clearly and organize the layout for readability. A class diagram should not only be correct, it should also be easy to scan in a presentation, assignment, or design review. Finally, align all classes evenly, keep spacing consistent, and apply a clean UML style. The goal is to make the diagram look professional without adding visual noise. When the diagram is complete, export it as a JPG image so it can be used in documentation, presentations, project reports, or system design discussions.
So here is the key idea. Use case diagrams help you define what users want to do, and class diagrams help you define how the system is structured. If you understand when to use each one, UML becomes much easier to apply. If you want to create UML diagrams faster, try building your next use case diagram or class diagram in EdrawMax. You can start with symbols, templates, and drag and drop editing, then turn your system idea into a diagram that is much easier to explain and share.